Good afternoon and welcome. Our invocation today will be given by Jamie Goldsmith.
Today, I'd like to give thanks for my health and the health of those around me. I'm also truly grateful to live in the most fabulous city in the world with some of the best first responders in the world. I am truly grateful for their service above self, and I am thankful for their families' sacrifices. Recently, LVMPD and the National Guard served our community while our city and hospitality workers hosted over 400,000 visitors for one of the world's largest New Year's Eve celebrations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Today, I am also truly grateful to be a member of the Rotary Club because it has given me the opportunity through SOAR to personally thank hundreds of police, fire, and military personnel in Southern Nevada. Finally, I am also truly grateful for my Rotary friends who continue to surprise, support, and inspire me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Our song leader today is Renee Gamero.
Sidra asked me if I would do Love Me Tender by Elvis Presley. I'm just kidding. We're doing God Bless America. God bless America, land stand beside her and guide her through the night with light. From the mountain to the prairie, through the ocean, wide with foam. God bless America, my home. Oh, God bless America, my home.
Thank you, Renee. Elvis would be proud. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge. Thank you. Our Sergeant at Arms today is Randy Donald. Randy, are you sitting down and eating lunch?
Not yet.
Good.
I'm ready.
Okay, good. Would you take the microphone to Bob Warner? Because I know we have at least one international visitor today.
Bob's sitting down eating lunch, though.
Yes, but he's going to get up.
Bob, don't take that bite.
Wait,
Are we doing internationals?
that's the rumor.
Well, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Larry. I can't pick up my thing. Limbecker from India. Thank you. Say a few words to
Sure. Hi. Can you do one? Hello. Yeah. Hi, my name is Danny, and I am from Mumbai, Dombivli, East India. And it was really pleasure for me to come and meet the 100 years old Rotary Club people over here. This opportunity, what I would like to say was because of Rampur sir, he has a good friend, Mr. Ramesh from our club, and they did the project. That was a project you helped. It was done. It was a toilet project, and a small town called Murbar that we had done that project successfully, which has benefited 3 schools and almost over 500 students. So thank you very much for that. All the details will be shared with you, as I'm not that much tuned. I don't have that much of knowledge regarding that. So again, I want to thank everybody for this type of good welcome. And that's it, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
Danny.
you.
We're gonna give you our flag. Gonna exchange the flag real quick.
Speaking of international visitors, we're happy that Rampur is back today.
Yes, Rampur, thank you. Oh, this is a nice one. You don't have to take it out. Oh, he wants it.
Now you get the official photograph. Thank you. Do we have any other visiting Rotarians today?
I
Do we-
don't see any. Any visiting Rotarians?
I don't see any hands. Do we have any guests of the club today? Right behind you.
Okay, Nikki has.
Good afternoon, Rotarians. Today we have the pleasure of having Tanya Waggle here today as a guest of the club, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tanya Waggle from First Savings Bank. I'm the Vice President of Business Development that also is in charge of community outreach and every other hat you could think of in banking. And thank you so much for welcoming me here.
Yes, I had the pleasure of listening to her sing. She has a beautiful voice too.
We have, Kirk has a guest over here.
Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. Today, as my guest, I have my friend Thomas Woods. We go camping out in up near June Lake every year, and so he's with Appreciation Financial and is visiting from Bakersfield.
Nice. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
And back over here on the other side of the room.
Thank you. So I'm excited to have a member, of, I should say former member of my former Rotary Club, Miranda Kasher, who she's now returned to living in Ithaca, New York, but she is here in Vegas for a kickball tournament. There you go.
You said kickball, not dodgeball, right? Kickball. Okay, just checking.
We have one more guest to the club. Sarah Bennett is here for her second meeting.
Welcome.
Nice to have you.
Do we have any other visitors? Any other guests?
Like we do. I'll get my steps in. This is great.
Good.
Thank you. Fellow Rotarians and guests, I'd like to introduce my daughter. This is Barbara Creel. Say hello, Barbara.
Hello, Barbara.
Nice to have you here
Is that
today.
like good night, Gracie? Oh,
At the head table that I was about to introduce.
so we have some fine material here too. I got a little insight from Mike a little earlier. So
Good.
So today I have with me my favorite person in the whole wide world, Michael. And he spoils me and he's kind to me every day. And after 26 and a half years and 1 month, it's nice to have a spouse that does that to you and you can look to the horizon and enjoy your life.
Nice.
I think she still deserves a fine. That was pretty nice. What do you think?
Go for it.
Okay. What do you think? $250
What are we finding her for?
for being so nice.
We should be giving her money for being nice. Okay, I'd like to introduce the head table now. Our speaker today is Mary Kamen. She will be further introduced in a few minutes by Arlene Surwa, who is also at the head table, and just introduced Michael. And we have Danny that you met, from Mumbai, and Rampur is back today and at the head table. So could I have a nice welcome for the head table? And all of our guests. Thank you. John Pally, you wanted to make an announcement.
Coming to you.
All right, so I'm going to talk about the centennial. Maybe you guys heard, we have this little party coming up. 100th anniversary coming up, April 1st. I think there's a slide, but hopefully we'll get around to it while I'm talking. But before I forget, for the people that are on the committee, we're going to have a quick meeting afterwards right over here. But we're still looking for sponsors. We're doing pretty well, but we definitely need sponsors. Again, this is April 1st we're talking about. Tickets are $175, and the price goes up to $200 on February 1st. But today, what I'm hoping to do is, I'm wondering, has anyone heard that we have a table pricing, 8 seats, $1,750? And I know some of you are mathematicians, and you're saying to yourself, wait a minute, 175 per ticket is better than 1750 for 8 seats, right? A few of you are so smart. You're a teacher now. So, but the key here is that the table for 8 is coming. It's going to be in a VIP area, more upfront. It's going to, we're going to do other things to make it a more, there you go, right there. So some name recognition, and honestly, above all else, you're going to be helping the club. So I don't know if we have a few, how many people here have gotten a table so far? We just started doing this recently. We have a few of you. Great, thank you guys. Is anyone else thinking about it maybe? $1,750, a table of 8, you can bring some friends, because it's important to remember, to some members, the $175 price might be more than they can afford. So if people were to get a table, they could maybe bring some members. That's how it's done right there. Whitbridge. Well, thank you. And I myself, I want to buy a table. Hopefully I can find people to fill the seats, right? But anyone else, just while we're here talking, just, between us. Okay, we'll be in touch. But again, April 1st, if you want to information on sponsorships or anything else, let one of us know. Janice, does that mean I forgot something because you're standing up? Okay. Okay, great. That's it. Thank you.
And you didn't talk about the leadership sponsorship that the past presidents and the foundation board have fulfilled. So that is exciting, and I thank you all for doing that. Randy. David Jones has an announcement, or a couple of them. At the 25 Club and the Super Bowl board.
25 Club tonight is our first kickoff meeting. I think there's 23, 24 people that are RSVP'd. Everybody, of course, is welcome. This year, as we start the 25 Club, we're really going to focus on our heritage and our history, because this club, in the centennial year, there's so much to learn. And so tonight we're having it at Tony's house, and Jerry, although he's out flying in, so he'll be a little bit late coming back. He'll arrive via Uber right in the middle of Tony's presentation. But again, encourage everybody to come. And then also you'll see that this right here is floating around. The Super Bowl, thank you, Jim, for putting that together. It is coming around right now as well. You'll see a flyer, or you'll see a thing up there for that. $50 per square.
Thank you. Marie Walsh, you want to talk about family literacy? Do a wrap up?
Thank you, President. Rotarians, we had the family literacy program last Tuesday, and it was a very bad day all around. First of all, the weather was horrendous, and I want to thank all of the wonderful Rotarians that got out of their warm beds and came out in that awful weather. We could have had a lot better attendance. We were very shocked at it, but I want you all to be sure to know that this is being worked on as we speak. I'd like to thank the people that did come. Jackie Thornhill, Jamie Goldsmith, Katie Crockett, Larry Cohen, Michael Williams, Nancy Anderson, Debbie Howard, and Peter and PM Sifolius. You were wonderful. You always show up. Thank you so much.
Renee Gamero.
Again?
He's not going to sing this time.
I'm not. Oh,
Maybe you are.
I was ready
You
for
sing
an
your
encore.
announcement. There you go. Do.
No, I wanted to make an announcement about, of course, we have the excuse me, caught me with a bite in my mouth. Oh, there I go. Okay. So the Dance Stover competition, music competition, and four-way speech are next month. For both of those, if you have a high school in your life that wants to participate, please have them contact me, or I will give you the information to do so. But so far, we have one for each, and we want at least 4, maybe 5, depending on time. And it's a great opportunity to have a chance to compete here, compete in the area, and finally to compete in the district at the district competition, which this year's happens to be in Las Vegas. So just a great opportunity for them. Also, I want to talk to you about RILA. March 23rd and 24th, as John Pally refers to it as Taylor Swift weekend. That's when you can have a huge impact on teenagers, just like she does, by sending them to Youth Leadership Academy. So 2 things that we need from this club there. First, if you have a high school in your life, 10th or 11th grade, sign them up for this. It's a life-changing experience. 2, this is a very volunteer-heavy, Rotary volunteer-heavy event. And I've set a goal for us for 6 volunteers minimum from this club, and that's you and me, going up the mountain and helping run these workshops, these youth leadership workshops. All the work's been done. What you need to do is just show up and follow these instructions and help me out. Can I have a raise of hands of those who have attended RILA as volunteers? If you would do me a favor, and if anyone has any questions at your table, if you could help explain to them what that volunteering means, because it means a lot to the children, a lot to our future, and just an earth-shattering experience for you as well, seeing these children develop over the weekend. Thank you.
You will learn as much from those kids as you could ever possibly teach them. It is really an amazing experience. So, thanks, Renee. We have our elementary school principals here today. If you want to take the microphone to Kathy Mann, please.
I sure will.
Thank you. I'm here with Amanda Lush from McCall School, and I'll just let her tell you a teeny weeny bit about what's going on at her school.
Hi! Happy Thursday, Friday Eve. I've said it before, I'll say it again, and I'll say it every time I see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts for what you do for our schools and our communities. All of our schools are in at-risk areas, and all of the support that we get from our community, specifically Rotary, is just amazing. My 15 kids that I brought for Santa Claus was the most wonderful experience. And for those of you who were there and helped our kids shop and get the things that they wanted without adult interference, just thank you. They were so happy, so excited. Their families were appreciative. I am appreciative. All of our schools are. So thank you, thank you, thank you. A couple things going on at McCall if you're thinking about coming to visit. We're just diving into the realm of a musical. So, you know, it's going to be kind of a Disney medley sort of a thing. We'll get you the dates on that, but it will be in the spring. And our library is really sprucing up a lot. We put a lot of investment in that. And some of that investment has come from our Rotary grants from you guys. So thank you so much. We appreciate you, all that you do. Keep up the good work, and we will continue to return your investment.
Thank you.
Hello again. I'd like to introduce you. First of all, Shannon isn't here. She's out of the country. but she'll be back. And I'd like to introduce you to Heather Neff, who is an instructional coach at Beckley, and she will introduce our other teacher.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Thanks for allowing us to come today. And as Marie mentioned, next time Shannon is here, I'm sure she will spread the love as she always does. So our other guest today is Lauren Gutierrez. She is also an instructional coach here at Beckley, and she does our Read by Grade 3. She is our specialist for that. This is her first time here, so thank you.
I'm the liaison with Laura Deering, and it is my privilege to have you again meet Katie Pellegrino. These people are just giants in our world.
Good morning, and thank you for having us. Yes, I'm the principal at Laura Deering. We joined Rotary Club last year. It has been an amazing experience. We were fortunate enough to also participate in Santa Claus, and we've also received tons of books for our students, which to me, being a literacy background, is just amazing to have books in the house for our students. With me, I brought Mandy Calietto, who's my special ed facilitator. She's amazing. We invested extra money to make sure she was at our school full time to help ensure with all of our special ed self-contained programs. She is impeccable, amazing, and we couldn't do it without her.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do for these kids. I'd like to take a minute. Oh, we have an induction. Melanie and Nikki. And Robert.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Las Vegas Rotary Club today, it is my privilege to induct Robert, or Bob, DeGangi, sponsored by Toby Club. Toby is out of the country, so Melanie will stand in as his alternate sponsor. So Melanie, if you'd like to say a few words, and then Bob, you can say a few words after Melanie.
All right, Bob grew up in Chicago, where he lived until moving to Henderson with his dog Ella in January 2021. There's a couple of dogs that are part of this club. There's Scout and there's Elvis. So we'll have to get Nella introduced to the Rotary dogs. Bob is employed in the capital markets group at Bank of Montreal. He is in sales and management role, focusing on interest rate and foreign exchange hedging for other banks. In his spare time, Bob likes to give back to the community, work out, explore what Vegas and the surrounding areas have to offer, and spend time with friends and Nella. Bob is looking forward to working with the Rotary team to give back to the local community.
Thank you. I don't know what more I could add, but I'm looking forward to working with all of you and, as we stated, to give back to the local community. So thank you, and thanks everyone for being so welcoming.
All right. All right, we'll proceed with the ceremony. Bob, each of us brings a set of personal values into our club, and you have been chosen for membership in the Las Vegas Rotary Club because we see you as someone who will impart the message of Rotary to all with whom you come in contact. Today, you become an ambassador, and it becomes your duty to carry out the ideals and principles of service, fellowship, diversity, integrity, and leadership. In electing you to membership, we are doing more than taking you into our fellowship. We are making you a trustee with us of Rotary's ideals. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular, to encourage and foster first, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. Second, high ethical standards in business and professions, and the dignifying of such occupation as an opportunity to serve society. Third, the application of the ideal of service by every Rotarian in his personal, business, and community life. And fourth, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united. For it is these ideals that galvanize us to take action. And by doing so, we, and you now included, all change the world. Rotary is not just another club. It is a way of life. Every member is expected to perform his share of club and community service, and the plethora of Las Vegas Rotary Club committees will afford you many opportunities for service. Always remember Rotary's motto, service above self. You see a resounding theme here? Rotarians, if you will stand with me. Okay. Bob, you are now being given a Rotary pin by your alternate sponsor, Melanie, and by which your fellow Rotarians and the community at large will recognize you as a Rotarian. And we ask that you wear it proudly. Congratulations, Bob. You are at this moment our club's newest Rotarian, and we welcome you to the greatest club, Rotary Club in, what guys? The universe. Okay, I'd like to take a minute and thank the people that helped put this meeting together today. Kathy Mahan and Antoinette Monroe helped with the setup. The greeters, Debbie Howard and Larry Cohn, stepped in at the last minute to help. Marie Walsh and Jamie for selling tickets. Our scribe, Jason Frederico. Our photographer, past president Jim Tucker. David Jones for doing the AV. And cleaning up this afternoon, Barbara Castro and Susan Ziobro. So thank you all. And we have a few minutes before we introduce the speaker to enjoy some fellowship. Thank you. Okay, so I was mistaken. Don had a visitor a few weeks ago from Zimbabwe. Don Holland had a visitor a few weeks ago over the holidays from Zimbabwe who left some currency, and it's a rather large amount. I think it's about, what, $5 million? 5 million, 10? More than that? It's a lot of money. And Bill is going to auction it off. So I'll let him tell you about it.
This is going to be interesting. How do you do? Hey, we got a deal for you. I have in my hand some currency, dollars worth of, and it could make you a millionaire. So what we need to do is raise a little money. Just so you know, I'm honored to be your vice president of the foundation this year. That's why I got picked to do this, not because of my experience. So who's going to give me $50? $50. We got $50 now. We want 75. 75 over here. 75. There's 75. There's $75 right back here. Right? Raise your hand, gentlemen. What's in this envelope, and it's currency, and it's more than $1 million. 75. I got 75. Now I need got 100 right here. $100. More $100. Who's got some money back here that wants to get more money? This is worth more money. Yeah, Bob, that's 100. Is that $100 or 150? Did you say 150? Oh, just 100. He's not really. He'll do it again. I got 100. Now I need a 125. 125. Dan, 125? No. Got two right here, 200. Now we got 250. 250. We got, here's the gentleman back here that's got two. Hey, Dan, we got some money here for you. Are you willing to put out a little bit to get a lot? Oh, come on now. Oh, man. Gary, you up for it? We'll have a lot. 200, 225, 220. Here's 225. We got 225. Now we need 250. Who's got 250? 250. Going once. 250. We got 250. Are we going to stop at 250 or are we going to get the 275? 275. It's not monopoly money. In fact, if you get this, you'll be one of the few in Nevada that's got it. This is rare. There's 300. We got 300. Now what are we going to do? 325. 300 going once, going twice. 300, you're the winner. It is $500 billion from the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. 300. If you get 5 cents, you're doing good. Now, who else wants another one or two? I got 2 more. Same price. Not going to option it up. We're going to get the same price. No takers? Okay, we got it done. There you go, Katie. $300.
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure I got out of the parking lot before they figured out how much it was really worth. Okay, good.
Won the raffle for that money, and they wanted it. Bill Stearns said had to announce it. Oh, okay. He's a guest of her home.
So our lucky winner of the Zimbabwe currency was Thomas Woods, who is Kirk Holmes's guest today. So thank you for your contribution to our club. In somebody's dreams. Okay, before I have Arlene come up and introduce our speaker today, anybody want to do the drawing? Okay. So the ticket for the chance to draw the Joker, the pot today is $2,632 before today's editions. So the ticket number is 465-3144. Not you again. $3,144, 465. That looks like the same number to me. Okay.
I need some money.
Sorry, Charlie. You get $10 though.
No Zimbabwe dollar.
No, US currency. And for $50 in Lowry bucks, the number is 465-3328. Four, 3328. There you go. Okay. That looks like the number. At least you got something for your money. There you go. Thank you. Your lucky day. And we have one more ticket drawing for the gala ticket that was donated by Tom Thomas. The number is 465-3235. Janice won it? Okay. 465-3235. Very good. Ryan, thank you. It's good to see you here today. No, we'll get you the ticket, but we've got your name. Thank you. I'd like to have Arlene Sirois come up and introduce Mary Kamen, please.
Thank you, President Katie. Before I introduce Mary Kameen to you today, I'd like to ask you a few questions. What if you were volunteering at one of our schools, Breakfast with Books, and you heard that there was an active shooter? Do you know what you would do? What if you left here today and you saw a multi-car accident with lots of injuries? Would you know what to do? What if you were visiting a friend or a relative in California and there was an earthquake, gas lines broken, fires? Do you know what you would do? What if you were caught in a flash flood? What if you had a kitchen fire? With Las Vegas's extreme heat, would you know the difference between heat exhaustion and heat cramps or heat stroke? Last year, Mike and I took a 6-week course called CERT, Community Emergency Response Team. And it was developed in 1985 by the Los Angeles Fire Department. And now it's nationally supported, locally implemented, so that we can be of help to the first responders. They, of course, have the most knowledge, are best trained, and have the equipment to care for people. But before they get there, you might be in a position to save property or even save a life. You might be that Rotarian that does that. So our guest speaker today is Mary Camille. She started her career in emergency management in California at the Riverside County Office of Emergency Services. She is now the Southern Nevada Community Emergency Response Team Program Coordinator. She manages and coordinates all CERT classes in Clark and Nye counties. Please give a warm welcome to Mary.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm delighted to be here. Like they said, my name is Mary Camille, and I am the CERT Program Coordinator for Southern Nevada. Today, we're going to talk about emergency preparedness. But before I do, sorry, I tend to walk back and forth. Before I do, this is what we call an emergency management. Oh, can you hear me now? Okay, sorry about that. This is what we call an emergency management a blue sky day. Literally, the sky is blue. There is nothing wrong. The lights are on, the water's working. We're enjoying a wonderful lunch. It's a blue sky day. And this is the day you want to start thinking about the uh-oh day. The day when things go wrong. Because when it goes wrong, it's too late to think about it. It's too late to figure it out at that point. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go through and look at some of the issues, some things you need to think about. But I need to stress that while these are general rules, you really have to think about what works for your family. These are general guidelines. You might need more or less of what we're going to discuss. Do you have children at home? Do you have grandkids? Is somebody medically fragile? What's your current situation? Do you have help right away, or is your family out of state? So these are guidelines. Please think about what would work for your family. Okay, there's no harm in hoping for the best as long as you're prepared for the worst. Sort of the fundamental of emergency management. How prepared are you? There's several different types of disasters to start thinking about. Natural, technological, and man-made. The natural disasters, fire, flood, earthquake, everyone knows that. Technological. What happens when the electricity gets hacked? That's becoming an issue. Power grids are starting to get hacked. More and more are starting to go out. And for us today, if the power went out, it would be an inconvenience, but yeah, it's okay. We could survive. If it's August and it's 118 and the power is going to be out for 3 days, what's that going to look like? What's that going to do to your family? What's that going to do to your community? Man-made. Unfortunately, we all remember October 1. Things like that can still happen. Earthquakes. Earthquakes are the top hazard in Clark County. We're one of the most seismically active areas in the nation. We don't feel a lot of them, but we do have them. Are we prepared? Power outages. We just talked about it. What happens when it's super hot? Super cold, you can always put on a jacket. 110, 112, 118, that's a different issue. Extreme weather, flooding. Are you near a flood zone? Do you know what to do if the floodwaters start start coming. We're lucky. Clark County invested billions of dollars in a good flood control system. But what if you're not in Clark County? What if you're in California right now? What if you're in that area? What are you going to do? What do you want to do? What do you need to do? What does your family need to do? Wildfires. Chances are wildfires, it's hard in the valley to have one, but you can travel. You all travel. What happens if it's where you're traveling? I was up in Washington State. There was a wildfire on the other side of the lake. I work in emergency management. I'm trying to get my family to evacuate. Yeah, it's fine. No, it's not. So things like that. I mean, it's not just here where you live. You have to think about where you're traveling. Where's your family? Where's your loved ones? I had family in Ventura County a couple years ago. Fire's coming. Call my cousin. She said, well, we're not in the evacuation zone. You can evacuate without being in the zone. It's okay. Really, you can leave. So you need to start thinking about that. These are not the pleasant, happy thoughts you really want to think about right before bed, but you need to start thinking about it. Hazardous materials spilled. Do you know what to do? Do you know how to seal off your vents? Pandemic. People used to laugh at this. Nobody believed it. And now we've all just lived through it. You don't need me to tell you about the pandemic. Terrorism, active shooter. When you are in a public facility, do you know where the exits are? Do you know how to shelter? Where would you shelter? If you're at the Smith Center, somebody starts shooting, what are you going to do? How are you going to get out? Are you going to shelter in place? Where's the nearest staircase? How are you going to do this? There was a shooting years ago in Colorado at the movie theater. Remember that? When you're in a movie theater, how do you get out? Where do you go? How are you going to escape? When you're in a public venue, unfortunately, you have to start thinking like this. And this is what we do in emergency management. We go into public places and think, where's the exit? How do I get out? What's going on? I mean, I first thing I did was clock the exits. How do I get out of here? Where am I going? I mean, not that I think Rotary is dangerous, but it's just something that unfortunately in this day and age, we all have to think about. Okay, damage to critical infrastructure. When something happens, it usually has a cascading effect. Electricity means there's not going to be gas flowing out of the pumps, the gas pumps. It can also damage water systems. Communications can go down. Sorry. Emergency services, they might be impacted. They will be impacted. Food and agriculture. Do we have enough food? Do you have enough food? So we'll go through that a little better. Here in Vegas, we don't grow food. We import it. We have a 3-day supply basically in the valley. The main fuel lines come from California. If California goes down on the 15th, our fuel supply is going to be impacted. Our jet fuel is going to be impacted for Harry Reid. Government assistance? Well, it depends. If California goes down and we go down, who do you think gets the help? I mean, let's be real. California is going to get the help. Now, other places can come in and help, but basically we're going to be on our own for a while. And you need to be ready for that. When you fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail. That's one of the famous quotes. Okay, so what can you do? You can start looking at your specific situation. What does your family need? Do you have pets? Do you have elderly that live with you? Children, grandchildren? What do you need? Is it going to, you don't know when the disaster is. So 1 gallon of water per day per person might not be enough if it's August. That's something you need to think about. What if you're not at home? What if you're in your car when a big earthquake happens? How many of you have water in your car? Good. You all should. Even if it's not an earthquake, the freeway can be shut down for a large accident. If that happens, it could be 2-3 hours. You might be thirsty. You might be hot. You might need that water. So please think about putting some, you don't have to put a Costco size pallet in your car. 2 things of 6, 8 little bottles of water, you're good for 2 or 3 hours. You're okay. Okay, the other resource are people. Do you know your neighbors? What do they do? Have you talked about it? How would you help each other? Would you help each other? What do they have? What do they need? What resources are in your area? What's the evacuation route? How would you get out if that one street you just always go down mindlessly is blocked? What do you do? Your community. Where are your resources? Where's the nearest fire station? Where's the nearest police station? Water. We talked about this. 1 gallon a day per person for at least 3 days. But if it's July and August, you're going to need more than that. Do you have pets? Pets need water too. Medically fragile need more water. So you need to really analyze your family. What would you need? Food. When we're talking about food, you always eat from your freezer first, then your refrigerator, then canned food. Because that's the order that it'll probably expire the most. So what food do you have? Do you have an emergency supply kit? I had a supply kit for years, and I have to tell you a story. I hate peas. Guess what? Guess what I put in my supply kit? Peas. Because I thought it was healthy, and that's what I should do. And one day I was switching out the food every time tongue-tied. Every time the time changes, I swap out my food, and I thought, why do I have peas in here? I'm not going to eat this on a blue sky day. I'm certainly not going to eat it on a bad day. So I filled it with comfort food. At least I know I would eat it. So be realistic. Don't be like Mary. That was silly. Do you have cooking utensils, paper plates, knives, forks? Some of this depends on your situation, but you might need this. Medical. Do you have extra prescriptions? Do you have a copy of a paper prescription if there's no internet and you have to get your medicine? A paper prescription is vital. And I have all my prescriptions on paper also, just because. Do you have extra prescriptions, extra glasses, extra batteries for hearing aids? What about a wheelchair that's battery dependent? How are you going to charge that with no power? What are you going to do? Pets, they have medicine too. They have toys, they have supplies. If you had to evacuate, are you going to have a carrier for them? Do you have their registration? Do you have their vet records? Because if you have to put your pet in a shelter, they're going to want to see vaccine records. I always had my vaccine records laminated, because if he had to go into a shelter, it's going to be a bad day. Might be rainy, might be stormy. They might get wet. Laminate the records. Zip tie them to the cage. I had it ready to go. Thank heavens I never needed it, but I had it. It was ready to go. Okay, when an emergency happens, what do? You've got to stay informed. This is where the old radio with batteries comes in if there's no power. If you can, keep up on social media. That seems to be where everybody is now communicating. Keep up, figure out what's going on. Knowledge is your best defense at this point. Local agencies, media outlets, social media. Emergency preparedness tools. You don't need to figure this out alone. FEMA has a website called ready.gov that talks about all levels of preparedness for children, for elderly, for disabled, for all sorts. There's all sorts of information out there at ready.gov if you wanted more info. The other thing is you could take a CERT class, Community Emergency Response Team. The CERT class, like she said, is basically the concept that you are your own first responders. If we had a major earthquake right now, who's the first responder? You all are, because you're sitting next to each other. He's my first responder. He's right here. Yes, it would be lovely to have the paramedics walk in, the fire department here. But if an earthquake happens right now, he's here. The fire department isn't here. I don't see him. And I don't see him coming right away. Where are they going to go? Well, if those hotels on the strip are damaged, that's where they're heading. So CERT is the concept that until the first responders arrive, you're your own help. You're the help till help arrives. So CERT is 16 hours. We offer it in many different formats, and we basically teach you how to help yourself, your family, and your community survive until help arrives. We teach basic disaster prep. We teach basic fire suppression. We teach you how to use a fire extinguisher, and it's a live fire. And we teach you how to approach the fire safely and put it out. We teach a disaster first aid, which is not Red Cross first aid. Disaster first aid is a lot faster and a lot shorter. Greatest good for the greatest number. So we teach splinting and lifts and carries and bleeding control and how to recognize heat stroke versus heat exhaustion. We teach terrorism, what to do in case of a terrorist event. We teach cribbing, how to lift objects off someone if somebody is trapped. And there's a very specific way and manner you need to do this. And that's what we teach. We also end it with a drill, a little drill. We make a mock disaster and we put the students through their paces. The class is free. There's no charge for it. You pay for it April 15th. My program is 100% grant funded. And we are one of the best funded programs in the area. Well, probably in the United States. Our program, the emergency managers in the Valley care so much about you all and getting you all trained. They give up what's called UASI funding, and they fund the CERT program at a level I've never seen any other CERT program funded. So it's free. My staff is paid. They're usually retired first responders or current first responders. And I'll tell you, I think I have the best staff in the nation, bar none. They're amazing. They're amazing instructors. And it teaches you how to respond and how to keep your family safe and yourself safe and your coworkers. The other thing is that the CERT skills are not just for a disaster. I witnessed a car accident. I saw it and I thought, okay, pull over, clear the scene, go over. And one thing we teach is called Incident Command System, ICS. And it's a way to deal with a disaster. Now, this was 2 cars and myself at 6 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't a big disaster except for the people who were in the car accident. I knew enough about ICS that I became the incident commander. I'm in charge. 2 other people pulled up. They said, what happened? Can we help? Yes. I now assigned them roles. Here's what you do. Here's what you do. Somebody called, somebody did something else. A 3rd person came. I was in charge of that. I looked at the people. I tried to assess medical. One lady got out. She was obviously fine. The other man just wanted to stay in the car. Fine. Don't move, sir. Just stay where you are. Help us on the way. Because of CERT, I knew how to do that. And it's normal ways to think of things, but there is a method to it. And that's what we teach. I found my neighbor's grandfather collapsed on his driveway about 3 months ago. Hit his head, cracked it open, blood going down the driveway. It was just, ugh. But I knew what to do. I knew capillary refill. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a paramedic. but I knew enough to help until help got there. And that's what CERT does. So CERT training is not just for the big bad earthquake. It'll help, but it will help you on a daily basis. So, and it's a free class. All we require is your time. We offer it in multiple different venues, multiple different ways. We offer it all over the valley. So this is something I feel very strongly about, is the CERT program. And I think it would be a very good thing for everyone to take. Anyone can take the CERT class if you're over 18. I do not allow children in the class. Please do not try and bring a child in. It's not going to work. The public is not background checked. So I feel very strongly that it's only 18 and above. That being said, we do offer it in high schools. Our staff is background checked. We work with several local high schools and we put their kids through it. And it works brilliantly. We don't teach, there's a watered down version called Teen CERT. We don't teach Teen CERT, we teach Adult CERT. High school kids are able to do it. It's fine. So everyone needs a plan. Everybody needs to think about it. You might have more than one kit. You might have a kit for your grandkids, a different kit for your kids, and a different kit for you and your spouse. That's fine. Nobody said you only have to do one kit. So this is where you really need to start thinking about it. What works for you? Plan, practice, prepare. You can have all the plans you want, but unless you occasionally practice it, it's not going to work. A lady came up to me and said she was working, she had a ladder, or an escape ladder that goes on the second story of a house and it goes down. So she's working with her daughter. She says, okay, put it up. I can't. Well, yes, you can. I told you. Well, I'll have to push out the screen and I'll break the window. Didn't want to touch the screen because she had been, how many times have we told our kids or grandkids, don't break that. Be careful. And now they had to go through and tell her it was okay to push the screen out and put up the ladder and go out. Later on, she did it. She did it at night. Little girl who was just fine during the day didn't want to do it at night because there were monsters at the bottom. Said, what do you mean there's monsters at the bottom? It's just a bush. But at night, it became a monster. And that's what practice did. It showed them the vulnerabilities. You don't practice because you're going to get it right. You practice because it's going to go wrong. You want it to go wrong. If it's gone flawlessly, there's a problem. And that's why you practice, is to learn. So if you have a plan, please practice it. Otherwise, it's just a concept. The other thing is, where are you going to meet your family? Where are they going to be? Where are you going to be? How are you going to reunite? Kids are at school, you're at work, your spouse is at work. Who gets the kids? Where do they go? Whoever gets them, where are they taking them if they can't go home? Where are they at? I always had an arrangement with my neighbors, the three of us. Whoever got there first got the kids. And we had 4 locations. If we're not at the house, we're here, 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 or here. And if not, we knew enough to trust them. But that was the plan. That was thinking it through. What are we going to do? Who's going to get them? And the kids knew this. The kids knew who they were going with. And they felt better. Okay, when you're looking at your plan, it's good to renew things for me when the time changes. It's just a simple thing to do. It's an automatic, oh yeah, that's coming. Most people try and change their smoke alarm batteries in. Look at your kit, look at your plans. Talk to your family. I had an old boss. She had a big New Year's Eve dinner, amazing New Year's Eve dinner. All her kids and her grandkids were there. Nobody ate until they sat down and they reviewed the plan. Every single year. And they go, oh, this is stupid. I don't want to do this, Mom. I know. Every year, at least New Year's Eve, she went over it. I call my son New Year's Eve. Here's what we're going to talk about. Yet again, he's in another state. If something happens there, I want to know where he's going to go. I want to know where he might be. Wouldn't you like to know where your loved ones are if something happens? Wouldn't you like to know that they have a clue of what's happening, that they have supplies? Wouldn't you feel better about that? If you're trying to get in touch with a loved one, please text. Chances are a text will go through much faster than a phone call. Okay, disasters don't plan ahead, you can. Today's a blue sky day. Please start thinking about this. It's not the cheeriest topic to sort of think of what's bad, what could happen. Ethyl methyl bad stuff is what we call it. But now's when you think about it. Oh, okay, take a CERT class. That's my shameless plug. As far as the CERT classes, some of you have my cards. I have more business cards. But on your tables are flyers for the CERT program. Right here. And there is a disaster emergency preparedness app. Here's the card for it. You can scan it and get the app to load onto your phone. I don't know if there's enough cards, but I've got some extras if anybody wants more. The tools to prepare are out there. It's there, it's available, and it's free. Please avail yourself of it. And does anyone have any questions? Yes.
Here's a mic for you.
Here. So first of all, thank you for your efforts to keep us safe here. There are a bunch of other emergency response agencies around the valley, Red Rock Rescue, the Fire Department's Office of Emergency Management, Red Cross, that sort of thing. Can you talk about how you coordinate or interact with them or what the relationships are?
Well, since they're all in emergency management, we don't actively work together, but like Red Rock Search and Rescue is going to search for lost hikers. They're not going to offer a disaster preparedness class. We all kind of have our own lanes. Red Cross has got some amazing training courses. If you're interested, by all means, take them. They're really good. CERT is one lane of disaster preparedness, whereas Red Cross is going to teach more of a topic specific, whereas we try and handle a whole plethora. We try and give a whole range of skills to you. But we know each other. We know what. As a matter of fact, Red Rock Search and Rescue has their equipment parked at my office. We actively we've got a huge parking lot. They park their command center and some of their trucks at the Office of Emergency Management for the City of Las Vegas. So does that answer your question? Okay. Yes.
Obviously, it's always worthwhile to get retrained, but I think there was a certain period of time that you were considered certified.
For Nevada, we don't have a specific certification time, but we do require that you go through our CERT program, even though you're trained in another state. That's great. You've got a background, but we have our own hazards and issues here that are unique to Nevada. So we really want people to go through and be trained in our CERT program. So we'd love to have you take another CERT class.
One other quick question, and the way they had it structured after you went through a training, they broke you up into neighborhood groups. So there were certain CERT members who handled certain geographic areas. Do you do the same?
We are starting a volunteer management program. Literally, the volunteer manager interviews are being held today. That's why I'm not on the panel. But we will get there. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. But hopefully, give us 6 months. We'll start putting it together and putting it out there and having a far more active volunteer cadre. Next.
Okay.
Anyone else? Yes.
I'm a Hurricane Katrina survivor. And so Katrina was worst case scenario for New Orleans. What's worst case scenario for Las Vegas? What could happen here?
It probably a large earthquake that takes down California and the 15, because that can affect water, power, gas lines, fuel. It'll have a cascading effect. Now that's my version. That's what I kind of think would be the absolute worst because of how long it could go, and how if the 15 goes down, we're cut off. You know, we've got limited roads in and out of here. We are an island. And when we get cut off, we get cut off. Now, when we had the October 1, LA came in, San Francisco came in, Florida came in, but it took a while. They all came in, the ABC agencies all landed, but it was 10, 11 o'clock the next morning. So that would be my worst case scenario. Anyone else? Any other questions? Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Yeah, CERT pays for it. CERT pays for it, and that's what the card is too. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, it's the same thing. Okay, thank you so much for having me.
Mary, thank you so much for being here. We have a Soul Power Award for you. It represents a pair of shoes in your name to a needy child. So
thank you. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Meeting adjourned. We'll see you next week. Thank you. Okay, the Centennial Committee is going to meet in the back of the room for a few minutes.